Hey there, folks. How you doing? It is Martha here. Happy New Year. Whether you are over New Year, whether you're back in work mode, some people aren't back till next week. Just gonna move my camera a little bit here. Yeah, some people aren't back till next week. Anyway, just to let you know, I am here, still in Oz, and I am doing a really cool webinar. I really kind of did it last minute because a couple of people had messaged me saying they were really stuck for 2017 and they had no plan and they wanted to get their mojo back. So I am live now on Zoom. Let me just go into Online Stars. Now I really did post this last minute, so what I might just do. Oh, here we go. There's someone joining me. Yay! In a second. Hello.
Hi, Martha.
Who's this? Maura, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, very good, Maura. Okay, so I have. Sorry, I'm just going to change the view here. I am waiting for a few people to join, so just come on. No, I really sent this out last minute. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year and happy everything. You look great. You look like you did great.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
Refreshed. I'm sitting in a different room. I'm not in my office.
Very good, very good. Sorry, I'm live here on my phone. So for anyone who's in Online Stars watching the live, I'm just going to post. I posted the link in the group if you want to come on the webinar live. So in this webinar, I'm going to be doing a whole 2017 year plan, full year planning, everything. And I'm after. Hey Mel, sorry, I've got two screens going on at the minute. I've got Melanie here and Carol, and I'm after creating a really cool planner. I use a planner the last 2 years. It's a simple Excel sheet, and I've actually pimped it up. I spent today pimping it up for everybody, and I'm just going to share that free with you. And I have noticed for me that it helps me track everything. It sets my goals, my personal goals, and I also and I'm going to use it more this year. Now I have to say, I have to put my hand up. It's like the gym. If you don't use it, it doesn't work, right? And the months that I did really use it, it worked really, really well. And then I have to say, I did get a bit lazy. And this is why I'm really sharing this with everyone, because I know for me it really did work and I want to use it even more this year. So if you can come on to the Zoom link, so I've posted. I'm meant to be on holiday, Melanie, I know. Well, I'm back. I'm kind of semi-working. So I've got the Zoom link going here. I'm just going to post it in the Facebook group. Give me 1 second now, Maura. It's me and Maura over in the Zoom at the moment. It could be just me and you, Maura. So
that's okay.
Yeah, we'll have a 1-to-1. So let me see now. Where is the share invite? Okay, I'm just going to copy this link, post it over to Live Stars. Come join us live to plan You're 2017. Okay. Shin A. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to come off the Facebook Live. And if you want to join us, come over. I will definitely record this for everyone. I would love if you could join me live. But I'm going to record it because it will be a really good recording. So come join me live because I'll be answering questions there and helping you sort out your year. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, so now, Maura, you're a great tracker.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. What do you find for you stops you being a good tracker?
Stops or starts?
Stops.
Getting busy, basically. Life.
Life, yeah. Yeah.
So you start off in January and you plan all of January, and then in February you plan all of February, and by March then the diary goes empty.
Okay. So I've if you let me see now, if I send you this link, I'm going to send you this link. I don't know if you got it already. You may not have got it, so I'm going to get this.
I've seen something on the VIP online stars that you downloaded something. I don't know what
yeah,
that
so I'm
is.
just going to send you this link here, right? So I've used, so probably last year, the year before, I was going to use, I looked up all different types of software. I looked up, there's Marcia. Hey, Marcia.
Hi. I'm driving now, but anyway.
You're fine. You can listen away anyway, or join in if you want.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, I looked up all different types of software. So I looked up Asana, Trello. There's Google Insightly, I think it's called. I looked up around 10 different project management software. Software, online kind of project tracking stuff, and none of them really kind of shouted out to me. And I knew really that all that mattered was really keeping track in one place. So I said, right, an Excel sheet is the thing for me. So I'm just going to share my screen. So desktop. Okay, so this is basically what I have created and shared for everyone else, right? So basically, to get the one thing that I feel for myself, for everyone, is that sometimes you can go, oh shit, what's going to be my whole year? What's the helicopter view of the whole year? And how am I going to, sometimes it starts you can get into this like panic attack. Because you're unsure of what your whole year is going to look like, right? So the first sheet is about setting your goals, your overall business goals, your PR, your income, and you can add in, this is like an Excel sheet you can download and make your own. So like, every business is different, right? So your products and service that you're going to sell. And what I've done is we'll have an overall year goal, a 9-month goal, a 6-month goal, a 3-month, and a 1-month goal. Okay, so just to spend some time doing out the goals, and we're probably going to do this, have a quick look at it over this webinar. And then the people, how many people do you want to attach, to track over the year? Any personal goals, because as we all know, our own health definitely accounts for our wealth as well. So community goals, any kind of give back you want to do, and then social media goals. So trying to increase your community, and I'm going to put in there actually group followers, if you've got a free community. So what numbers do you want to increase these to over the next 3, 6, and 9 and 12 months? And then any launch goals. So when are you going to launch? Etc. Okay. So then the creme de la creme, this is what I used last year. Now I have pimped it for people. So the main thing here is that basically every day last year I would write in my to-do. So every day I would have 3 things to do every day. Now, so this is frozen on this top row, so that'll stay still. So I'd write in my weekly goals, my daily goals. Now I've added in some extra things here. So then basically how you're feeling that day, if you track your exercise, you can track whatever you want to track here, right? Your exercise, your food, meditation for me. I suffer from a lot of anxiety when I'm stressed out. So just tracking meditation here, right? And community. No. Cutie. And community and give back, right? So what are you doing with your local community, to just, I suppose, make yourself feel better? Now, this is one that really helped me, and what money came in, what money came out. So I would probably only track that on a Friday, maybe, for the whole week. And then I'm just going to, that's Marcia in Brussels. We're going to tour Brussels. And so what I've also included here as well is, so your Facebook fans, your email list, we need to track our numbers of our social media and see how we're doing. Hey, Billy's joined. How you doing, Billy? So the other thing then as well is I've become a big fan of Harv Eker, and so Harv Eker is he's an American kind of spiritual business coach kind of guy, and so I have my 2 business accounts here that I track on my business credit card. But one thing, now you may get a bit freaked out when you see all these accounts, right? But I have created 6 personal accounts, and this is one thing that he does, and I'll see if I can find the image. So he has an account for like your education, for your fun, for like your necessities. There's 6 different accounts, right? Now you might just put in €5 a week or €10 a week or something like that. But it is, it's basically a way for you to track money for yourself in your own life. So I go by that policy, but you can change that. Yeah, it's if I can, I have a good graphic on it. If I just see Harv, see if I can Google it. Actually, I don't want to kill my computer because I've got a lot on. Harv Eker, image. 6 jars. 6 jars, he calls it. I bet you I'll find. There it is. There, actually, that's it. And what he goes by is that. Oh, I bet you he's only got the abbreviation. Oh, here. So long-term savings for spending, financial freedom account, your education, give to charity, your play money, and your necessity money, right? So. So he has it in jars, but technically, really, for me, jars wouldn't work. I would dip into it. So I created my 6 accounts, and literally, it's getting into the habit of saving. So even if all you're doing is $2.50, a $5, or a $10 into each account, or whatever it is, or 50, whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's creating a habit of saving and getting into that. So
you can get those money boxes, like a tin
that wouldn't matter. That wouldn't matter.
You would open them, okay? I wouldn't, you see.
I would open it. Yeah, no. I'd be going somewhere now, and I'd have no cash in me. I'd go, oh sure, I'll just open that. No, I have set up some of ththose accounts like 7-day to 21-day accounts, so I can't actually.
That's what she did.
Oh.
I'm getting told off about something on the television, so yeah.
Okay. So so what was I going to say to you? Yeah, so I've set up some of those accounts as 7 and 21-day accounts, so I can't even access them. So that's the plan anyway. I've just started that system now. It's not that long going. So for me, when I started doing this and tracking, I guess, my days off, tracking what I was doing, it really helped me kind of say, right, what 3 things am I going to do today? What 3 things do I need done by Friday? And then now I've kind of pimped this up, because what I really realized is that you have to put in rewards for your work, and you have to count in your days off. Now, what I have done, this is only the template one, what I've done in my personal one is I've put in the school calendar. I have added in the days when the school calendar's in. So I've put in green marks for every monthly review, and I've also included a quarter review. And then like a 6-month review is down here, and then a 9-month review. Every month there's a review, and then every quarter there's a review as well. So this is where you literally come in here to the next template, and you put in the date, and you say what worked, like really, really simple, what worked, what didn't work this month. Keep it simple, and then do more of what worked, do less of what didn't work. And for me, what I really found was, because I love notebooks, right? I absolutely love fancy notebooks. I collected. Yeah, I collected.
I have a pile of them at the moment.
Yeah, and for me, what I really found was that I had plans everywhere, and I didn't have one plan. So I wasn't sticking to one plan. I wasn't tracking one plan properly. And I got really frustrated, because I had an Excel sheet, and I had my planners, and then I had all my wishes and all this crap. But once I started using one plan, and making it a point that I couldn't start the day unless I opened that, and that stayed open for the whole day. And at the end of the day, if I had anything that wasn't done on my list, I carried it over until the next day.
I used the bullet journal last year.
Bullet. Don't know that now. Was it good?
Yeah, you basically design it yourself on a notebook. So each item has a bullet, and when you do it, you X it, and if you don't do it, you circle it, and if you don't want to do it, you put a big highlight on it, basically. So you carry it.
That's still pen and paper, though, is it?
Yeah, it's pen and paper. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, for me, the thing is that with something,
I used to carry it with me as well. That was the other thing. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, you see, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what you use, as long as you're using something that is working for you, and that you're actually checking it every day.
Yeah, no, I did until March and April. Then I kind of went, a bit hairy scary, and then the summer I started again.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I do, because if I don't, I just don't do things.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I've put together anyway, and I think it's it just really, for me, it works. The other thing that I've included here as well, now I know, say you'd have different product launches, and so this can be either online program launches, or let's say new product or product of the month. So marking in the dates when you're going to do those, and having them assigned. Yeah. So you could also mark in the special dates, Valentine's. So I've put in here in the global holidays. So I put in Irish holidays, United Kingdom holidays, United States and Australian holidays, and Canada. So that if there's any target market that you want to address, those days are there for you, and you can then just come and mark them in your own Excel sheet, and just highlight it in a particular color for your own business. So that's the planner. So what I was going to do, was just maybe, I'm going to just mute you there for a minute more. Okay. So if you, I just want to find, if you maybe take a pen and paper. So whoever is listening to this on the replay, and thanks to the girls for joining me on the live, what we're going to do, first of all, is this is going to be kind of like a workshop webinar, is we're going to take either pen and paper or open that Excel sheet, and we're going to start writing down, answering some questions about your 2016. Okay. Now, I put a blog up yesterday about 10 questions to get your mojo going for 2017. So the one thing that I felt, now I know I'm in holidays here in Australia, but getting back into work for 2017 isn't easy, no matter where you are. So the one thing that I'd love you to do is take 5 minutes now and just think to yourself, what was the big thing or the one or two things that really worked in 2016 for you? When you look back on, let's say, the money you made, on the people that you brought in to your business, what were the things that you can think of that worked for you? And just take a couple of minutes to think about it. Just think about the months, maybe the first quarter, the summer, leading up to September. Did you take too much time off? Did you not take enough time off? Did you have a plan? Were you all over the place? What worked for you and what didn't work? Okay, I'll just give you a minute to do that. And that could include as well, like emotionally and health-wise. I know for myself, not sleeping enough, afraid of putting yourself out there, not putting yourself out there enough. When it comes to what worked and what not worked, it's not just business. It can be emotional, it can be personal, it can be on a family basis as well. What didn't work on a family basis, childcare. It can be lots of things, so I'll just give you another couple of minutes on that one. Okay. So, Maura, since you are our live candidate, I'm going to ask you, what was your one thing that really worked for you this year?
Well, I got the new website this year, so in April, May it launched. So that was one thing that, I had on a plan for a long time. Yeah. So that was one thing that, was major achievement, say for.
And it's a nice one, actually. Who did it for you, by the way?
Two guys, Solace Web Design and Nice Cube, I think it's called, or Ice, something like that. And the two guys, I know them for years.
Okay. Yeah.
They used to be beside my accountant, and they started doing it about 10 years ago. So that's how long it took me to get it done.
Yeah, well, you've it done now, and it does look good. Actually, I like the whole branding of it. Okay, yeah. And what was the one? Any other big thing that worked for you this year?
Yeah, Twitter. I've started doing Twitter. Look what you did. Thank you. Sorry.
No, it doesn't matter. We're kid friendly here.
You had one already. The one thing that didn't work for me was childcare.
Do you want to say hello?
Yeah. Say hello to Martha.
Okay.
Hello, Martha.
Hello, cutie. How are you doing?
Great.
There must be a break on the
television. Oh, Sinead just joined us.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
I don't want
okay, well, you have to be quiet then. Okay, you have to be quiet. All right. Shh, Eunice. So the competitions on Facebook worked to get people and sales of them as well, which is even better, because if they didn't win it, they kind of bought it.
Brilliant.
So yeah, the Twitter, I've started doing a lot with Twitter. So my next one now is Pinterest. I never know how to.
Pinterest.
Pinterest, yeah. It's like Pinterest.
I know.
Um,
I used to say it that way as well at the start, actually.
yeah. But that's a hard one, I think, to crack.
Pinterest. Do you know? I think it's. I think it's about having a lot of content up there.
Okay.
And what I think as well with Pinterest, having it, echo back to your website, for a sale, linking it all, and I think really you could just, reschedule stuff to Pinterest from, like, if you're going to do a couple of different applications, are you going to use Buffer or something like that?
Not for Pinterest, I don't think. I use Hootsuite for the other ones, you see.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
That doesn't do Pinterest. I
think Buffer does Pinterest.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah. Have a look, because, if you can have something that saves time, And then your big one then for what didn't work?
Days off.
Yeah.
And childcare.
Days off and childcare. Okay. So for you, what would you do different this year more?
I already have scheduled, today is my day off.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. This is, working from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going at 12 o'clock to visit a friend of mine down at Castlebar. So
lovely. Okay.
So and Friday is going to be my kind of, I get the deliveries out by, say, 12 o'clock, and then the rest of the day is mine. So, it's not.
Okay.
I've made that decision. Yeah.
And for childcare then for 2017, what's the big plan?
Yeah, I still haven't done the plan for that. She's not even back to school yet, you see. So she's back next week, and I said once she's back, then I can kind of try and sort out.
Yeah. Because what I did actually when I was doing this scheduler was I just got out my own. I got the school calendar and I just put it into the
I have that done already into the Google Calendar. Yeah.
Great.
So I know the hiccup days.
Yeah, exactly. Big hiccup days. Very good. Okay. So we're just going to move down through some of the questions that I've put on here. So the 10 questions basically to get your mojo going for 2017. So if you want to grab your pen and paper again, this is like coming down, the price is right. So I'm just going to mute you there again more. So take a couple of minutes to just think about, by the end of 2017, what is the big business outcome that you want for your business? What do you want to achieve? So that could be creating a new product range. It could be an income goal. It could be new customers. It could be any kind of a goal. I suppose a lot of people really have, it could be maybe going to a new country, breaking into a new market. It could be, getting more PR in different magazines, in national, international. So where do you want to bring your business in 2017? And how do you want that to feel? What's it going to look like? When you think about it, what kind of feeling does it bring about for you? And what is the one thing that you can do in 2017 to transform your business? So when you think about that big vision that we just talked about there, is there one thing that stands out for you that you really need to do to actually get there without killing yourself? What's the one thing that you really need to do? It could be, like Maura just said there, childcare, making sure that that's your number one priority and getting it sorted ASAP. It could be hiring a team. It could be hiring a virtual assistant or a local personal assistant. It could be making sure that you have the staff that you need to help you and make sure that that comes true. So what's the one thing? So there's going to be lots of things, and creating a plan and a strategy and putting that all in your schedule for 2017. But Sometimes we often know that one thing that we didn't do last year that we know we should have done. It could be on a personal level, having more confidence and just putting yourself out there. So then when you think of how big you want your business to be, giving yourself a ballpark or taking out your calculator and doing some sums, how many people do you want to help or reach this year with your product or service? So how many people do you want to sell to? How many people, is there anything you can, I wonder, see, with different types of products and services. So a lot of people are coaches, therapists, but I'm conscious of Maura and other people who have products. So you may not exactly have a free product, but what you could have is like a calendar to help people with the type of business. So Maura specializes in baby gifts. You could create a free template for all the babies in your family and their birth dates with your branding on it. So is there something that you can give to people for free to increase your email list, to just help people for the sake of helping them? Like, I'm giving out this this tracker because, like, I actually think it's really extremely valuable. I think it will really help people. So have you any ideas for freebies that you're going to give to people this year? And then at the end of 2017, how do you want to feel? When you think of how you feel now, we're at the end of 2016, starting a new year. Just take note of how you're feeling, what it is that you are, what feeling jumps up at you that you're feeling right now as you start a new year. And is this how you want to feel next year? How different do you want to feel? Where do you want to be in the world? Is there anything you want to do different in your personal life? I know for me, I can't believe I'm sitting here in the east coast of Australia doing a webinar. It's fantastic. So this was my dream for 2016. So I'm going to have to dream a bit bigger for 2017. What are the 3 personal accomplishments you want to have achieved by 2017? So the one thing that I've definitely learned over the years is that our personal health and our personal inner wealth definitely makes a better and bigger business. So what are the 3 things that you'd love to achieve personally, be it learning a new language, take on a new sport, get healthier, eat better, sleep more? It could be a relationship, it could be a family, it could be anything. It could be something simple as going to sleep early every night. So that's question 5. Question 6 then, how will your relationships be different in 2017? And how will you do this? And the reason I included that question is because if we're not as happy as we could be in our relationships, be that family, brothers and sisters, mother, father, husband, wife, kids, babysitters, your staff, whatever relationships you have around you that affect you on a daily basis, if we can improve those, then we improve our mood, we improve everything. And again, that will help us have a fantastic year. Okay, so moving on to question 7. What impact on your community will you make this year? So what impact, hey Alison, thanks for joining me. I've just muted you there. So what impact on your community will you make this year? And the reason I've included that is that sometimes we can get caught up in trying to run our own business. And by just giving back a little bit, it can just basically make you feel good about yourself. It can also help your business, but I think the main reason is to do it is to just get involved in your community and just to know that there's more to life than work. And so that's why I included that question. What is the one thing that you know in your heart, if you commit to it, it will transform your whole year? So what is the one thing that you know in your heart will transform your whole year? So just grab your pen and paper and just, you can answer that question there. So we're on to question 9 now. So Alison, I'm just going to show you quickly. I'm giving everyone this template for 2017 to help them with their business. It's a really, really cool template that tracks your monthly, your daily, monthly, quarterly, and you should have got the link to download this template. And there's a review, and it also includes global holidays for the various different English-speaking countries. So just coming back to answering these questions here. So number 9, what is your big life goal that you want to achieve, and what do you need to put in place to achieve this? So the reason I put this in is that it's really important that, well, for me anyway, I always, whenever I take a client, I always get them to tell me first about what do they want in their life. What's the one thing they really want to do? How do they want to live? Is it traveling? Is it family? So why are you doing what you're doing with your business? Is there a big life goal? It could be that you are able to be off every afternoon with your kids. Life goals can be anything and everything. So if you can get clear on what your life goal is for 2017, what's the one thing that you really want to do for 2017 to help you get perspective really on your business. And for me, I know, like, the fact that I'm here in Australia, it's definitely motivating me to do even better in 2017 because I want to do more of this. I want to come visit my sister again. So when you maybe get demotivated in your business, if you're not clear on your big life goal, then when you are clear on your big life goal, it will help you stay motivated and stay on track, and use the tracker that I'm giving to you. So question 10 then is, if all of this were to happen, who do you need to become in your business to achieve it? So when you think of where you're going to be the end of 2017 and the type of person that it's going to take to get you there, what is the one big thing? Like, I know for myself, it's definitely more sleep. Like simple things, drinking more water, getting more exercise, and being more consistent. Those would be the habits for me that I hope to do more of this year. So what is it that you want to do for your 2017? What habits do you need to bring on? So these are the questions that we really need to kind of think about for a year to be successful. Like, it can be so easy to kind of say, right, I'm just going to start in January. I'm going to set my January goals. I'm going to get a goal for the end of January. But really, for me anyway, what I have to do is to do a helicopter view of the whole year. What income do you want for the whole year? What income do you want for the 9 months, the 6 months? And plan out from a helicopter view type of thing. Okay, so then when am I going to do the launches? Am I going to do events during the year? Am I going to do talks? Am I going to, visit, like, you might visit different, like for Maura there, I'm just thinking about you, Maura, so different baby centers. You might, who knows, you might come up with crazy ideas of what you're going to do. So what I like to do is create a helicopter view of my year, dot it with a few different things, and then get down a bit smaller and personal then with the different months. So I'm just gonna unmute you again, Maura. So how did you find that? Did you answer some of the questions, Maura?
Yeah, I read through this the other day and I was like, oh my God, that's so scary.
Yeah, and you see, the thing is, we often don't take the time to actually to do it. Sure, we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh, please stop. Every time I go live with you, she arrives into the room.
That's all right. That's she's interested.
Yeah. She's interested, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sticker, yeah. Yeah, I want to attract new customers, but I want them to be super customers so that I don't have to keep going after them all the time.
Yeah. So you want them to be your best customers. I like that. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And for you, what makes them a super customer?
And they tell their friends about my products.
Yeah.
They buy regularly, and I don't have to go like after them for them to buy. They just come back to me. I have a few people like that already, so I know the super customer.
Yeah. And it's funny, are they the ones already, are they a mammy and nanny and auntie, or?
Yes, they're a mammy. Most of them are mammies. They got a present of one of the blankets, and they give all of their friends blankets because they know how they feel when they got theirs,
So when you give a product to a new customer, do they get a discount code to rebuy?
No.
Okay, that might be a good one for them.
I have it in the plan to do a new. Just 1 second, I have water running out here. Sorry.
Okay.
One of my New Year's resolutions is to drink more water. So you just reminded me there to fill water. Yeah, one of the plans is to try and set up like a loyalty system.
Okay, cool.
So, for every 2 blankets they buy, they get 5%. For every 5 blankets, that kind of a way. But I don't know how.
Do you know what you could do? Is for all new customers is to send a welcome.
10% off their first order online anyway. Yeah. So I have that code there.
Yeah, you could send. Have you ever heard of bumpy post? Well, you do a lot of bumpy posts because all your stuff is bumpy. But like to anyone who receives like a welcome new customer, just literally like an email, or not an email, but like a letter with I don't know. It could be like just something in the post. Do you know what I'm saying? It could be I don't know, just something like a little welcome package.
Yeah.
I
don't have their addresses most of the time. Some of them send it directly to
the
recipient, and you can't kind of put anything into that because it's a gift, so what I'm doing now
just put in the business card if you want. You could put in a business card.
Well, what I'm doing is, do you remember I was talking about it, getting the gift cards done? Well, the lady that's doing the gift cards, we were both really busy before Christmas, so we just didn't rush it. So we're going to put on the back of it a gift from Cotton On. So,
great.
On the back of the card, it'll be a gift from cottonon.ie. So they get a free gift card, and this is on it. Do you know what I mean? So the new recipient.
Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, that'd be brilliant. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so any of those questions for you then, Maura, anything really stand out that you hadn't thought about before?
Well, the biggest thing is to plan all the social media in advance. So, because it takes so much time to do, like my product of the month, to do the Facebook post, the Twitter, all of that. Like it took me about a full morning to do it.
Yeah.
But once it was done, then it's done for the month. So I need to do that. Of course, I did it on New Year's morning. Because it was so busy before Christmas, and after Christmas I just switched off the computer.
I know. Yeah.
So New Year's morning I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, I have to do all this."
And this is something where you might think about like getting like a Filipino VA, virtual assistant, or I kind of think you're at the stage where you could hire someone for like 2 hours a week
to do the.
Yeah,
I like doing it myself. You see.
I know, but. Yeah, I know. And I think, Maybe, do you know what, for the next maybe 2 months, just write down the tasks that you're doing, and is there anything that you could hand over?
Yeah.
Because, when you think of how busy you are, and this is where the questions of the life goals come in. Like, for you, was there anything that cropped up there that you hadn't?
Work-life balance was the one thing I wrote down.
Okay, so that's where, and I have to say, like, it is hard to hand over to an assistant some tasks, but it's...
Well, I gave my friend, I was telling you about all the backlog of paperwork they had to do, and it turned out that it made my life more difficult, because she kept ringing me every 10 minutes asking me what was she supposed to do with this docket and that docket, and I was like, oh my God, what tonight?
You see, and it's finding the right person as well. I think that's...
Yeah, but it's just, the way you just know your own things and you know how to do it. Like if you gave that sheet to somebody else and you said, create that template for me.
I know.
They can't do it because they don't know it, and that's...
Yeah. That would be... This is where you need to split tasks, and we might do that on another call, where it's about saying, right, well, what's a simple task, like, as opposed to a creative task.
Yeah.
Like, you could create all the posts in an Excel sheet for Twitter and just get someone to schedule them for you. That's...
Yeah. The schedule thing is the easy part of it, actually, because you just...
Yeah, but it's still time, you see.
Yeah, well, I found that the easy part. Like, I mean, I have the month done in Hootsuite now for the whole month, and then I'm doing bits and pieces then every day. Do you know what I mean? So...
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've seen, I sent up a pink bib and a blue bib to the maternity ward for the first, if you go onto the Facebook.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, it was on the front page of the Irish Independent and the front page of the Galway Independent, and I think it was on the Advertiser yesterday.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I sent up a pink one and a blue one, because obviously I didn't know which one was going to come out first.
Oh, that's brilliant. That was a really good idea. Really good idea. Brilliant.
Yeah, so a friend of mine texted me and she said, did you send them up in advance or did you go up with them? And I went, oh my God, I did not drive up with them on New Year's night. Brilliant. That's really good. Yeah.
Very good.
So I got great PR out of that on the Twitter. So I did, and on not on the Twitter, but on the Facebook. All of that girl's friends liked the Facebook page then. So.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's really cool, actually. Yeah. So when you look at, so for you, sorry, no, I'm really picking you more now, because sorry, Deirdre's joined and Alison has joined, and I think Marcy's...
Deirdre's upside down in Australia, is she?
Yeah. It's not the webinar is on in Australia. So
you're missing horrible weather here, Martha. It's horrible outside.
Am I? What temperature is it?
No, it's not the temperature. It's actually pouring rain and it's dark. I have the lights on in the house. It's morning, yeah.
Gosh, yeah. Well, I have to say now, I'm... Hopefully that'll all be gone by the time I get home. But so we're just going through here, Deirdre. We're going through some questions. So hopefully you'll have got the link to the tracker. I'm after doing up this tracker for everyone. So hopefully you've got that. So we just did, this one here. So we just did 30 minutes on these questions. This is also on, it's on my blog website. So you can go back over this and just give yourself maybe 30 minutes. So the one thing, I'm going to be mean now and point out at Maura, right? So the one thing, Maura, for you, right? What was the big life goal?
It was the work-life balance.
Okay. So if you could get more specific, what would that mean?
That I'd have some time for myself.
Yeah.
Because at the moment I have no time for myself. Between children, work, husband, and house.
So if you were to schedule in an hour a week, what would you do for yourself? Get a massage, go to the gym, go for a walk.
Go for a walk, I think, would be the one thing. Yeah.
Okay. So if you were to make a 30-minute walk a priority 4 days a week.
I did schedule it in, and it never happened.
But can I tell you, my sister is after getting me, I don't know if you can see it,
Fitbit.
a Fitbit.
I have one.
Are you wearing it?
No.
I tell you, she got me.
It's on charge.
Charge. It only takes 5 minutes, but Jesus, it's annoying. And you know what?
Isn't it?
It makes me realize, like, I was so lazy last year. It has made me realize how unfit I am and how fit I need to get.
That's why I took mine off.
Yeah, well, put it back on, girl. Put it back on.
Next week, and she starts back at school.
Right, I'll be shaking this at every webinar I'll be doing for 2017.
We'll have a Fitbit online stars tracker.
Yeah, exactly. But so I have to say, the one thing I really have found with this is, like, today now, I have to say I'm down today, but is that it makes you realize how quickly a day goes, and if you don't use it in the day is gone. So I suppose the reason why I said that more is that I suppose I'm probably conscious. I know how hard you work, and I can see it. And I think that's why I put that question in here for all of us, to be honest, was that, you know, if we're not getting the time off for ourselves, then why are we doing it? You know, because we can, and I know last year I think you can get addicted to work, and you forget about what free time is like, and you forget about the feeling of what it's like. So that was the reason I included that question. I'm just going to unmute you, Deirdre, there. And how are you doing, Deirdre? Happy New Year.
Fine. Hi, Happy New Year to you. Sorry I'm so late. I just thought I'd come in.
No, you're
anyway.
grand. No, pop in. It's only just kind of a casual kind of webinar, really, to get, because a couple of people had contacted me, and to be honest, I was trying to get my own Mojo back up and going, and I said, let's just have a call. And just, I think for me, when I wrote this, and when I started answering some of the questions of this, it got me kind of back thinking about the year. And what I needed to look at the year in a helicopter viewpoint, because you know, I needed to go back. I did my plan before I came away, and it's just really taking the time out to get back into sync for the year, looking at what's ahead, what are you planning, and I think as well, that question down the end, really, let's say, what is the person, to reach the goal you want to reach by the end of 2017, who is the person you need to become? What are the habits you need to take on? Like, if you were to answer that, Maura, and the goals that you want to reach, right, who is the person you need to be?
The person who says no to certain things.
Oh, I like it. That's nice. That's good. I like that.
And then I have examples written underneath it for me.
Brilliant. Okay, that's perfect, right? So you know that, right? Hi. And is your name Ella?
Emma.
Oh, Emma. Sorry, Emma.
Go on, off you go.
So that's a really important question, because if we're clear on who we need to become, and if we bring in some of those habits into the year, then it's going to help us reach the goals that we need to reach. I'm just going to unmute. Alison is here. I don't know if Alison can join. She might be just watching in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Yeah, sorry. If you want to, I'll start your video there. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome. Alison, sorry. I was, I noticed you'd gone to the bathroom there, so I just muted your video.
I wasn't sure what the story was.
No. I was protecting your privacy.
Thank you.
So has any of this helped you, Alison, a bit?
Well, I suppose, like one of the other girls was saying, New Year's Day, I had to just sit down and say, oh my God, I need to do something, because I literally switched off over December. And then I suppose I found the last quarter of last year I really lost all like motivation. I felt that I worked really, really, really hard, and I kept hitting roadblocks all the time. I kept running into trouble, and for all the work I was doing, I was actually getting nowhere, and I was no further ahead first. So I kind of just said feck it and just did what I had to do, and kind of left everything that was not important to the side, or should have been a work in progress.
Okay.
And I just had to leave and start again. So for me, last week and this week has been all about rebookings and getting people in next week and making sure that the money is coming, that there's actually
coming
somewhere
in
to go from.
Yeah. And for you, and that's some really good things that you said there, right? That say September, then some things didn't work. And like when we look at the tracker here that I've given you, say there's the at the end of every Friday, what worked, what didn't work. You could even come in here on a daily basis. What worked today for me? What didn't work? And if we're keeping track, like when I went to see Brian Tracy, was it 2 years ago? And just this simple line that he said, track what works, do more of what's working, do less of what's not working. And I know that may sound so trivial, but it's so true. And when we do our accounts at the end of the year, you can definitely see what's working and what's not working, right? So is there something looking back in 2016 for you, Alison, that you needed to stop or do more of, or anything that comes to mind?
Well, like I wanted to try to do online stuff to try to supplement my real time,
Yeah.
I needed to do videos, and I needed to do things like that, and I just kept running into problems like all the time, and I can't even remember now, but I just got so distant that I just said feck it and left it all, and even my own classes suffered really a lot at the end of last year. Just because I just got so disheartened. I literally was, at home with kids all day, doing what I had to do, going out to do whatever I physically had to do, but I wasn't really, invested in it at all. I need to change. I need a good 12 months and see what can I do if I really apply myself, because, sometimes you get disheartened and you say, well, maybe better working, would I be better off having a job? And
I know.
So, yourself. So
yeah.
I prove to myself that I can do better, and that I can, I can do all the things that I would do.
Yeah. And did you have a plan for the year at the start of 2016?
Only for real time stuff.
Okay. Not for any online stuff. Okay. So this might help you with the online stuff as well, right? So especially, let's say if you look at, even just making out goals, even just creating a free video series, like literally just even like committing to, like this one here, this line here, commitment to shine online. So outline your shine online strategy. So basically, it could be a 5-minute Facebook Live every day or every second day where you do a Pilates move. It's Pilates that you do, isn't it?
But honestly, I dread the thought of it. Like I just can't seem to bring myself to do it.
Well, this is where, to be honest, this is where the whole shine online and shine adventure comes in, right? Because if you look at everyone who's in the Shine Adventure group, I started. Hang on, Marcy, I'll mute you, love. Okay. I started the Shine Adventure because I was afraid, Alison. Honestly, I was so filled of anxiety. I was doing online for a couple of years at that stage, but video became more and more popular, and it just dreaded me. Like I just couldn't face it. And then I literally just took action. I did some interviews, put it out there, and then I said, right, I'm just going to do it. Now I have to say, I kind of went up like this, and I started shining. And then I really noticed I was creeping back under my rock again. Like 2016, I was proud of what I did, but there was so much more I could have done. And really, like, I'm being totally honest with you here, it's not easy shining online. It's not easy putting yourself out there. And like, we have Deirdre here, who is an anxiety therapist. And we all, like, you know, I hope you don't mind me sharing that, Deirdre. But like, you know, Deirdre is quite nervous about doing webinars. She's going to do one in January at some stage. Or 2017.
Well, I did my first one.
Oh, you did your first one already. You did. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, you did it already.
Yeah.
You know, and it can be so nerve-wracking. But actually, Deirdre, I'm going to ask you, have you any advice for Alison after me badgering you for months to do it?
It was awful, I have to say, really awful. I really was so anxious, but I kind of have to, you know, practice what I preach in terms of, and it really is just doing it and getting used to it. And I know for you, Martha, whenever you were starting Facebook Lives particularly, you know, it isn't easy, but it's just like, if you're doing it every day, it just becomes sort of, not that you'll be doing webinars every day, for goodness sake, but, you know, the more you do it, I guess, the easier it becomes.
Yeah. And were you glad you did it, Deirdre?
Yeah, I don't know that I would be advertising that particular one, you know, because it's the anxiety is tangible, but I know that it's going to help me to get better at it, and that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
And using the techniques that I, you know, around breathing and preparation and all of the things that I help people with. So, you know, I've got to do it myself and put those practices in to help me.
Yeah. And I think as well, the one thing that I really do, Alison, is that if I do a talk or a video or a webinar like this, it's like, okay, so who's going to be here and who can I help? You know, and if you think about that, there's someone lying at home that can't move, that could really do with your video. The more you kind of focus on them, and the more you focus on how you can help them, for me, it helps take the focus off my fears and any fears I might have, you know. So what I would say is create one video. I put it out there. You should see some of the crap videos I've up on YouTube. I don't care. It's like this. I've realized people are going to judge me anyway. So, you know, I put them out there anyway. Whoever likes them, likes them. Whoever thinks they're good, fantastic. And whoever doesn't want them, they won't look at them. You know, and the thing is that it's like a cake. You layer it and you get better and better and better. And it's like when you learn to drive, sure, didn't we all do it? You know, we didn't know which one to pull, and, you know, crashing into walls and all that kind of, well, I crashed into a wall with my mother helping me to drive. But, you know, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to trip. And there are the hurdles that come with an online business. Because as you're doing your online business, you're growing as a person, and it's these personal mindset hurdles that you have to jump along the way. And whether it's an online business, whether it's a, you know, like a brick and mortar business, you know, you're going to grow as a person. It's just making that decision whether you want to go further, you know, and it's not easy. Like, I was listening to a fantastic book I'm listening to on holidays here is Liz Gilbert, you know, the lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. And she has a book called Big Magic. Really, really good book. And one of the things she was talking about yesterday in the book was every business and every profession has what's called a shit sandwich. So in between all the good things, you've got to eat the shit sandwich. So they say with an online business, the shit sandwich can sometimes be the anxiety and the fear and all that stuff you have to get over. You know, and it's not easy no matter what business you're in. But if you expect the obstacle and that they're going to come, like if you say, right, I'm going to do videos in 2017, I'm going to be anxious, but I'm going to get over it, I'm going to handle it, I'm going to ask for support, I can do it. And if you expect the obstacles, then they're not as big and daunting, you know. They don't hit you as much like a brick wall. So do you think you'd have the courage in 2017 to do it?
I don't know. Do you know what? Honestly, I was so overwhelmed with like what I was, you know, needed to do for real time stuff this week that I haven't really, you know, those other projects. Any real thought. But like, yeah, I mean, if I don't, I'm not even exploring, you know, the possibilities of, you know, another stream of income, you know, for.
Yeah, and like what I would say to you is to start, you know, to play with online. I mean, the thing is that you could be up and running fairly quick if you kind of put some things together. You know, you could just start building your community by doing Facebook Lives. You know, thinking about who you want to work with. Do you want to create a niche? You know, so it's exploring all of that. You know, and to be honest, I think the biggest decision for yourself is deciding, am I doing it? And if I'm doing it, I'm just going to start and just go with it. And set a goal for 2017. Whether that goal is just to build your online platform, like just build like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whichever platform you decide to pick. And just say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to have the courage to put myself out there. Because that's the one thing that it does take. It takes courage, and it takes a bit of bravery to say, I don't care what people think. I don't care. You know, I'm going to tell my husband or whoever, this is what I'm doing. You're going to see me more on Facebook. I think this is going to help us with our income and that's why I was doing the big goals here, right? Because, you know, if you focus more on, let's say, have you a big life goal that you'd like to share?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Let's say a big family holiday, for example, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that, or, you know, so if you were to say to yourself, well, I'm focusing more on the big family holiday, then that is going to make me
More.
motivated to get, you know, whatever it is you want to get to make that happen.
Yeah.
You know, and this is where it's really about realizing that you can do it, and it's about taking the anxiety off the action of what you're doing, getting more focused on what it will give you. And if you focus more on what it'll give you, it'll move you a bit quicker, and it'll decrease the anxiety, I think. You know, if we're really clear on the big goals, and those big goals, by the way, it may not necessarily be big, you know, everyone is different. Everyone's big goals are different. So I don't know if that's helped you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you do need to, even if it's even if it is the financial goals of saying, well, I want to have such and such achieved, or I want to have X achieved, that you have to break it down and say, well, where is this going to come from? And
Exactly.
move you. Yeah, I think it will move me faster.
Yeah. So download the template and just
Okay.
you know, fill it in and just see where it brings you. And, you know, come back into the online stars group and just, you know, post and comment and just share whether you're going to go for it or what you're going to do. And just like even stay accountable in the online stars group, and just, I think, make a decision. And once you start filling in some of that template, that will help you, I think, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's it for most of this webinar. I hope it's been helpful. Thanks to the ladies who joined me this morning. I really put this out. I only put it out yesterday, really, because I just wanted to get the recording done and get it sent out to people. So I'll wrap this up and I'll upload it to Online Stars and get it shared out so people can take the workshop and just sit down and answer the questions, get ready for 2017. So I hope that Deirdre, you'll probably have to go back and maybe put on the kettle now and go back and answer those few questions, because it will help. And I'm going to I have my own planner started, but I need to fill in some of this myself for 2017, so I'll be doing that myself. So that's it, guys. I hope that's been helpful, and I will probably see you in the next couple of weeks. I'll be doing another training next week, I think. So I will talk to you all very soon. So thanks a million for joining, and have a great day.
Enjoy.
See you
Bye.
guys. Thanks. Laura, get your Fitbit on.
Yeah, I'm going to do it then.
All right. Take care, guys. See you. Bye. Bye.